Alright, boys, very late recap. It's 11:30 at night. Sorry about it. Today I ended up moving prop firms in the middle of my trade, and I'll explain why. We did end up catching a win. I ended up having a little bit of drawdown left on my last Top Step account, so what I really wanted to do was either A, blow this account and move to a different firm, or B, salvage it through a banger trade, and we ended up going like $200 in drawdown before the trade hit TP. That ended up closing me out of my last Top Step account. As y'all know, to keep it frankly honest, I haven't been trading well since 2026 started. Uh, Things are catching back up. However, I've been going through problems such as de-risking on my wins, over-risking on my losses. Honestly, I think this is part of my trading journey. However, it is a little tough right now. Ended up blowing up my last Top Step account, and I moved to Lucid after this trade stopped me out at my maximum loss limit and then rushed to my TP. Things like this happen in the market. Can't really control it. No real like thing that I could sit here and say like motivational thing, except it just happens. Anyways, I don't really care about all that. Y'all are just here for the video, the recap, and why I took this trade, and that is exactly what I'm gonna show y'all today. Before that happens, we'll go to Forex Fast Sheet. We did have CB Consumer Confidence at 9 a.m., so I was looking to take a trade before it. If we go on the 15-minute time frame, I can fully recap this for y'all. All right, so to start it off, I did have bias towards the upside, right? The reason being, I honestly did have bias towards the downside because of these triple lows right here and this huge SMT on NQ and ES. However, we also had an SMT towards the downside, making ES the leading index. I mean, SMT towards the upside, making ES the leading index. So whatever happens, happens. I was really just waiting for reactions mainly off this 15-minute bearish value gap and just seeing what market wanted to do. Uh, Again, I'm not sitting here as like some expert trader that like can predict the moves. All I'm doing is I'm getting what the market gives me and seeing what I could do off of it. So we did have this 5-minute low right here and this London low right here. Either or, we could either get a sweep and a reaction off it, or we could get a sweep and no reaction off it. So let's see what happens. We ended up sweeping the 5-minute low with a reaction, then shitting towards the downside, taking out the London low. No entry there, of course. Ended up shitting a little bit more, a little bit more, a little bit more. We ended up sweeping this 1-minute low. All right, here was the initial trade that I wanted to take right here. I wanted to take this off this. If we got a clean breaker structure somewhere around here-ish, I would really want to take this trade right here and maybe target this high right here. However, the candle closed over here, leaving me with no option but to just fucking hope it retraces. Because, like, again, if I enter when like the candle's about to close and it breaks structure and then we ended up closing below structure, then my trade idea is invalid, and that's a little bit of gambling to me. So I was honestly just looking to see what we could do. Again, we can erase this 5-minute low. The London low will just keep, but our real reaction is off of this 5-minute bullish value gap and this 1-minute gap right here. This 1-minute low. Again, I'm really just praying for a retracement, which we do not get. Now, here's why I took this trade here. So, one more candle. Do we get it? Yeah, okay. So, right here, basically what I'm seeing is despite us filling in this 15-minute bearish value gap on NQ, we are still pushing up higher a little bit. So I entered right here, stops below this 1-minute fair value gap, take profit at the London high, break even at this 15-minute high right here. As y'all could see, we ended up in a little bit of drawdown right here, and then we ended up banging TP. I did get closed out of my Top Step account. That doesn't really matter to me. I only had a little bit of drawdown left. The main important thing is we stuck to our rules. I could have broken my rules right here and tried to like snipe this entry. It would have worked out in my favor, but I didn't break my rules because I'm a real dude and I'm a real trader and I like to stick to my rules. So I waited until here. We got to sweep a liquidity. We got to break structure. We didn't really invalidate the gap, but the gap ideal was there. If we were going to be bearish, we would immediately fill this in, get a reaction, and get a further reaction down. If we are going to be bullish and look for further liquidity, we're going to fill in a gap, get a downwards reaction, and still get an upwards reaction. So that to me, 1 to 1.7, 146 ticks. Obviously, we didn't fully execute it. Again, I'm the most honest trader on this app. Again, I only had $200 left to draw down on my last eval on Top Step, and we ended up blowing it. Again, I switched to Lucid, like I said earlier. So new things to come from there. Nothing really much to recap past this. Again, after this happened, I really just got off the charts. As you can see here, ES is looking to take out the Asia high as well, which I think we ended up doing later and then going towards the downside, but that's not what I'm here to recap. Again, one trade a day. I just recapped the first best trade that I've seen. I appreciate y'all boys for sticking with me through this journey, and it's really only ups from here, boys. I appreciate y'all boys. Y'all boys have a blessed night.